away at college, but when he was around, I don't know, he stayed with me in many ways. And I don't know, growing up in Hampton was interesting, not too extreme, but just a quiet lifetime. And we needed nothing. Somehow or other we had plenty to eat, even though it was the Depression. And somehow or other Mother may do. In fact, she started practical nursing after a while. And she became an excellent nurse, because I may have said this to you, I don't know whether I did or not. She nursed some of the most important people in...
Didn't the mayor pick her up one day? Didn't the mayor pick her up for work one day?
Yes, the mayor of Newport News picked her up and brought her home. And every night after that, as long as I could remember, he was he would bring her by, and evidently they did all of their talking while they were driving along, because I don't think he very seldom came in. But he was a very fine man. And my mother was a woman who couldn't stay without a man. She just couldn't get by without a man. And she made some bad marriages because of it, which didn't last. But like I say, she, like some of us do, we need to be with the opposite sex. And I did until my wife died. We both needed each other. Not only that, but we needed to be needed by the other. The big thing that happened in my life was meeting my wife, Mary Virginia, who, by the way, just died about 2 weeks ago now. And she was the greatest thing that could have come to me. We were as much in love, I think, as two people could be in love. She had some disabilities, by the way, of which did not show up in her makeup, but she could not focus on things. But I never saw her express a disappointment or have anything but a positive expression on her face. And it was the greatest thing that could have happened to me, was meeting her. And it didn't take us long to get married. And I can't say, well, we really didn't have any fights or arguments. We got along perfectly well, and it was real nice. And I'll miss her very much. But at the same time, she had she had her heart problems, and she also had a stroke or two, which made life more difficult towards the end of her life. And frankly, I remember when even though she lived with all of that, she lived to the age of 88. And she died quickly without suffering. Well, I can't say without suffering. She suffered a lot while she was getting in these last few years. But she never complained, never complained. And
I remember meeting your wife.
she was just happy to be alive and together, because being together was mutual. I can remember her sometimes when I would stay up a little later than she did. She was always interested in what I was doing, and more than once she'd appear at the door from the bedroom into the living room. Aren't you coming to bed? And I said, I'll be there just a minute, which satisfied her. But hardly ever did she go to sleep until we had a kiss, and a good night kiss. And she was the greatest woman that a man could have. I mean that in every respect. Loyalty, encouraging, strengthening. She gave as much, if even more, to me than I could possibly give to her. We were talking about I stayed too long at the fair. It really is nostalgic, in that it's sort of it's been good up to now, and that's